Hello and welcome to today's YouTube episode. My name is Amelia. On today's sewing adventure, I'm going to be taking you fabric shopping with me. So let's get started. So recently I went on a staycation up to the Lincolnshire area and I visited a few fabric shops. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to film some of those shops and talk about them and talk about the purchases I made in those shops and the plans I have for those fabrics and share it all with you too. So I hope you enjoyed today's episodes. I have managed to film inside some fabric shops. I am going to be talking about the plans I have for the fabrics I bought at the fabric shops. I also filmed myself twirling in my me-made outfits on my staycation, which I will show. And at the end of this clip, there is just over a minute of little things that we saw when we were away on our staycation. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. A little bit about what I'm wearing today. Today I am wearing the Merchant & Mills, and this is the Florence top, and it is made in their Susie stripe linen, which is absolutely gorgeous. I got the pattern and the fabric for this 1 year for my birthday, and it was an absolutely fantastic present. I did choose it myself, but it was such a lovely present, and yeah, I really enjoy wearing this top. So for our staycation, we stayed in a place in the Lincolnshire Wolds, which was just a little cottage where we could stay with our dog Patsy. So the first part of our staycation, we visited Cambridge. I did find one fabric shop in Cambridge in the centre. So the shop that I went into was the Cambridge Fabric Company, and it was really lovely. They had lots of upholstery fabrics, they had some dressmaking fabrics, they had a really lovely range of haberdashery and zips and buttons and all those lovely things. It was a really beautiful shop, so I'm pleased I went in. Unfortunately, I didn't buy anything from that shop, although there were lots of lovely things in there. But the next clip that you're going to see is the outside and the inside of that shop to give you an idea of how gorgeous it really was. So on our trip we visited Lincoln City, and one of the first places we visited when we were in Lincoln City was the lovely fabric shop, the Fabric Corner. I've been to the Fabric Corner quite a few times before and I really love it. It is such a beautiful little shop and they have a wonderful range of fabrics for sale. So working at the Fabric Corner on the day that we went, Emma was there, and I had seen Emma on Instagram and I had really admired lots of her quilting makes and her clothing makes as well, and obviously her little card jean. If you follow her on Instagram, I will link her below. But it was so lovely to meet her and speak to her in person. It was also really lovely to see Kay again. We first met Kay in the summer of 2020, so that's when there were still a few COVID restrictions, but they were kind of lifting, and we went on a staycation to Lincoln then as well. And it was just so lovely to see some sewists in real life and have a chat about fabric and what we were going to make and things like that. It was really lovely to see both Emma and Kay. So I had in my mind that I wanted to buy some fabric to make the Mabel dress, the new Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress, and the Fabric Corner did not disappoint. I found almost immediately this gorgeous viscose fabric with these flowers on it. Now the flowers, obviously it's got a black background and then it's got these beautiful mustard flowers with kind of almost a fluorescent pink center, and then every now and then there's this lovely, I don't know if you can see it, but this lovely little bit of bright blue in there as well. So I think that that will make an absolutely gorgeous Mabel dress, and I have already pre-washed it. We've only been home for a day and I've pre-washed it, so I'm hoping that I can make a start on that one really soon. So the next few clips that you see will be me filming a little bit of the shop, the Fabric Corner in Lincoln. A really amazing shop. If you're ever in Lincoln or in the surrounding area, I definitely recommend it. They have a wonderful, wonderful range of fabrics. So we had a walk around Lincoln City. We kind of walked up the hill. If you know Lincoln at all, there is a really steep hill that's actually called Steep Hill. So we walked right from the bottom all the way to the top to where the cathedral is, and we had a little look in a few of the shops on the way up, so that was really lovely. And when you get to the top of the cathedral area, there is another fabric shop called the Fabric Quarter. I love shopping in the Fabric Quarter. It is a beautiful place. They mainly have quilting fabrics, but they do have dressmaking fabrics as well, and there's always a little surprise in there, like some corduroy and things like that. So they are a really wonderful fabric store. So what I bought in the Fabric Quarter shop were these gorgeous fat quarters. So they are actually, I'll unwrap them, they are actually like a crochet, which we all know about my crochet love at the moment. So it's actually like little crochet prints, which I just, as soon as I saw them, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to have them. There was also this paisley one in there, in with the collection as well, and then the final two. So really, really gorgeous. I didn't have the longest time in this, so I just bought this fat quarter pack, and then when I went home in the evening, I thought, oh, I really, really liked this fabric in particular. So I went online and I actually ordered 1.5 meters of this. So I'll tell you what I'm going to make with the 1.5 meters of that in a minute. So this is the 1.5 meters of that gorgeous crochet fabric, and I just really love the colours, the pinks, the oranges, the blues. I think they work so beautifully together. There's a turquoise in there as well. And this print is actually a Camelot design. So the designer of this print is actually called Camelot, and it is a quilting cotton. So it's 100% cotton and it is quilting weight. So what I plan to make with this gorgeous fabric is the Marilla Walker Nautilus top. And you can make that one as a blouse. So I really want to make the one with the V-neck and the buttons running down the front, and I think that that would be so beautiful in this fabric. I will have to be quite careful with obviously the placement of these squares because they're quite obvious, so I will have to think quite carefully about how I place them, but I think that that will look really beautiful made up with this fabric. Now I have been thinking about what to make with these gorgeous fat quarters, and one idea I have is to make a case for my camera, because at the moment this is the case that I'm putting my camera that's filming me right now. This is what I'm using for it. So it's not ideal, it's what I was given when I bought the camera. It's quite protective, so I think if I was to make a nice quilted camera case out of these fabrics, then that would be a really lovely use of some of them as well. I did have the idea to put a little pocket on the Nautilus blouse that I'm going to make. I thought that that might be a really lovely use. Maybe one of the contrasting fabrics might be good for that. And then I also have another idea, which is to use Georgie's pattern. Now Georgie has an amazing fabric shop called Hey So Sister, and she's also Hey So Georgie on Instagram. I'm sure you know her, she's amazing. But recently she made a pattern for a phone case. So I thought that I could use some of these gorgeous fabrics to make one of her lovely phone cases or phone pouches as well. So lots of ideas for these lovely little fat quarters, and I'm really excited to see how those plans turn out. So the next clip that you're going to see is just a little bit of filming that I did outside and inside the Fabric Quarter shop. I hope you enjoy it. So the next clip that you're going to see is a little clip of me twirling in the outfit that I was wearing outside the Lincoln Cathedral, which was lots of fun to film. So it was very cold. I did have to wear my hat. It was very, very windy. I was wearing my Nova Coat, which is very thick fleece, and it is polyester boucle fabric. So it's the pink coat. I was also wearing my Marlow Cardigan as well underneath that, and then underneath that I was wearing my See You at 6, and it is the Bakerloo Blouse, and the fabric is See You at 6 Viscose, and I was also wearing my Megan Nielsen Ash jeans. So I was wearing quite a lot of clothes that day. It was quite cold. It did rain at times as well, but it was still a lovely day and we had a great time. So I hope you enjoyed the clip of me twirling in my outfit. So the next day of our trip was the last day. So we went for a lovely walk in the woods. We went to Hubbard's Hills, which is in the Lincolnshire Wolds, really beautiful. There's a lovely river there, and then there's quite a high path, which is obviously the hills part, but really beautiful, quite muddy, still quite cold, but a really lovely walk. And then after that, we got back in the car and we went out to the Lincolnshire coast. So we went to a place called Sandylands and a place called Sutton-on-Sea. And we had a little look at the coast, which was lovely. So the next part of the clip lasts just over 1 minute. And what it is it's just a few little clips of about 5 to 8 seconds each that I took of some of the things we saw on our little day trip around the woods and the coast. So if you don't want to see that part, then just run it on. And if you do watch it, then I hope you find it interesting. It was the first time that I'd ever done anything like that before, and it was really fun just to film little snippets of our day and look for gorgeous things around the coast and in the woods. There was also some twirling on the seaside as well. So the day that I filmed that, I was wearing my Made My Wardrobe Greta dungarees, and I was wearing a new top actually, which was the Nico top, and it was made from a green ribbed knit fabric that I got from Lamazi Fabrics. And I was also wearing the Marlow cardigan again as well, just for an extra layer. And then I was wearing my pink Nova Coat on top of that as well, with my hat and my scarf, which are not me mades, but were essential because the wind was really, really cold. It was a lovely day though. So that is it for today's YouTube episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed looking inside some of those wonderful fabric shops, and you enjoyed seeing some little snippets of my staycation as well. If you enjoyed coming along fabric shopping with me, let me know and I will organise some days out in London where I can take the camera along with me and film snippets of those fabric shopping adventures as well. It's really lovely to have you here. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, I would really appreciate it if you could do so. Also, if you could put a like on this clip if you enjoyed it too. Let me know in the comments box what you thought of this style of clip. I would love to hear from you as well. So that's it for today. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you here again soon.